She who walks alone is often the one with the clearest path. Hey Sigma ladies, let's cut through the noise. This isn't some fluff-packed horoscope breakdown or another overused personality checklist. This is deeper. This is about the spiritual architecture that makes Sigma females rare, powerful, and impossible to replicate. We're talking gifts, not the kind you unwrap, but the kind that awaken something ancient and electric within you. These aren't traits you learned. They're frequencies you were born vibrating on. And if you're feeling this frequency, don't be a stranger. Subscribe to join this tribe of quietly powerful women reshaping the world without asking permission. Want to support this space? Fuel the fire. Buy me a coffee. The link's in the description and pinned comment. Let's roll. 1. The Echo Mind. You don't just hear, you receive. The Echo Mind is a spiritual scanner. While others chase the noise of conversation, Sigma females catch the quiet signals underneath. You're listening for intent, not just words. This gift makes your silence dangerous. Because you remember more than what was said, you remember what was hidden. People don't realize they're revealing themselves around you until it's too late. You extract the truth without a single question. But it goes deeper. The Echo Mind is also a self-reflection engine. You rerun your own thoughts in loops that sharpen, refine, and evolve. You don't react impulsively. You echo inward until you know exactly where you stand. This is why your decisions feel surgical and cold to others. But they're not. They're just rooted in clarity, not chaos. This gift can be isolating. People think you're too quiet or too deep. But really, they're just uncomfortable around someone who isn't performing. You don't talk to fill air. You talk when there's truth in the room. 2. Zero-frequency resilience. You don't fight fire with fire. You vaporize it. Sigma females have a gift most don't understand: energy neutrality. This doesn't mean you're passive. It means you have the power not to participate in chaos. You don't mirror moods, you regulate them. When others spiral, you hover above the noise, tuning into your own calm. That's why people bring you their mess. You become their safe house, but it's not because you're soft. It's because your frequency is untouchable. In a world addicted to outrage, you're a disruptor. Your emotional non-reactivity forces others to confront their own noise. That makes some admire you and others fear you, but you're not here to comfort egos. You're here to walk clean through the static. The power of zero-frequency resilience is that it allows you to protect your peace without explanation. You can walk away from drama mid-sentence, not because you don't care, but because you won't anchor your soul to storms. 3. Time-bending presence. With you, time feels different. People say it after spending just minutes in your orbit. Where did the time go? That's not coincidence. That's your spiritual gravity at work. Sigma females have a presence that rewires perception. You don't rush. You're not performing. You show up fully, and when you do, you collapse urgency into stillness. That's why conversations with you feel like they matter, even when nothing huge is said. You operate in a different temporal rhythm. That's because your mind doesn't fear silence or stillness. You don't fill time, you bend it to your focus. Whether you're talking for hours or sitting in silence, people feel like they're in a pocket of suspended reality. This gift makes you addictive. People don't want to let go of the calm trance you bring. They don't just miss you, they miss how time felt with you. You create a moment, you make it sacred. That's spiritual time alchemy. 4. Magnetic invisibility. You don't walk into a room to be seen. You walk in to read the frequency. Sigma females possess a paradoxical power. You're unforgettable, but only when you want to be. That's magnetic invisibility. It's not that people ignore you. It's that your energy doesn't broadcast. It selects. You can fade into the background like mist, or own a space with a glance. Most people beg for validation. You choose when, how, and if you engage. This gift is rooted in your ability to self-source worth. You don't need external permission to feel powerful. You operate in stealth, like a sniper of energy, observing, calculating, absorbing. And when it's time to act, you strike with clarity and control. That's why some are drawn to you without knowing why. They feel your intensity before they hear your voice. You don't scream your presence. You summon attention through stillness and intention. That's spiritual dominance. You're also invisible to manipulation. People who thrive on control or chaos can't find a foothold with you. You can vanish from relationships, workplaces, or situations like smoke and never look back. That's not cold. That's sacred self-preservation. Magnetic invisibility isn't about hiding. It's about strategic energy use. You're not here to impress. You're here to impact. And you do it without the performance. 5. Soul mirror effect. Ever wonder why strangers open up to you? Why people confess, vent, unravel, even if you've only just met? That's not random. That's the soul mirror effect. Sigma females carry an unfiltered presence that acts like a mirror to the subconscious. You don't judge. You don't flinch. That's what makes people spill. They sense you can hold weight, not because you're empty, but because you've already carried your own shadows. You reflect not just who people think they are, but what they're running from. That's why your presence can be healing or terrifying. Some feel understood for the first time, others feel exposed and don't know why. You're a truth trigger. This gift is emotional X-ray vision. You're not interested in masks or titles. You want essence. People who live performative lives feel naked around you, and that either wakes them up or drives them away. But here's the hard part. This gift can feel like a curse, carrying others' emotional revelations without being asked to, becoming the therapist in every dynamic. That's why boundaries are vital. You can see people without needing to fix them. The soul mirror effect is a spiritual radar. You read people's hidden frequencies and they feel it. Own this gift, but guard it. Some seek your reflection without ever being ready for what they'll see. 6. Detached empathy. Most people believe that empathy means taking on everyone's pain. You don't, and that's your power. You feel deeply, but without absorption. That's detached empathy, and it's spiritual high-level work. This gift lets you hold space for others without losing yourself in their emotional tides. You can stand in the fire, witness pain, acknowledge trauma, but you stay centered. You don't fall apart because someone else is. That's not cold. That's energetic intelligence. Sigma females don't confuse empathy with savior syndrome. You don't need to carry someone's burden to validate their experience. You know that real empathy isn't about taking it on. It's about recognizing it without becoming it. This gift is rare. Most people either shut down or get consumed. You walk the middle line like a warrior. That's why you're such a powerful friend, partner, listener, and leader. People feel safe, but they also sense your unshakable core. Detached empathy allows you to move through life with compassion and clarity. It protects your inner world while still letting others feel seen and heard. It's the difference between being a sponge and being a mirror. And here's the thing, this kind of empathy confuses manipulators. They expect emotional chaos when they unload their drama. Instead, you give them calm reflection, no reaction, no fuel, just spiritual stillness. And that's a language most can't speak. Own this gift, sharpen it. It lets you be both soft and steel, emotional and untouchable. 7. Vibe alchemist. You don't just feel energy, you reshape it. Sigma females are spiritual alchemists. You walk into a space and something shifts. The atmosphere rearranges, not because you said something, but because your presence commanded a vibrational correction. You've probably noticed it. Conversations deepen, posturing stops, egos relax or retreat. That's not coincidence. That's your gift working in real time. You're not reacting to the vibe, you're reprogramming it. You pick up on subtle shifts most miss. The change in tone, the glance that says too much, the words that hide intentions. But instead of absorbing the static, you transmute it. You raise the frequency by being the frequency. This makes you a disruptor in the best way. Toxic people can't keep their masks on around you. Attention seekers lose their grip. Manipulators feel naked. You don't even need to speak. Their energy tells on them in your presence. But let's be real, this isn't always glamorous. This gift can be draining if you're not careful. That's why Sigma females crave solitude. You're not avoiding people, you're just recharging your field after recalibrating the world around you. When you channel this gift consciously, you become a lighthouse. People gravitate to you for guidance, grounding, and alignment. You don't just inspire change, you provoke it energetically. So, protect your field, set energetic boundaries. You're not here to fix broken frequencies, you're here to embody your own. That's the alchemy. That's the power. 8. Mythbreaker mindset. You weren't born to follow rules. You were born to question them. The mythbreaker mindset is a spiritual rebellion encoded in your DNA. Sigma females don't just challenge authority. They challenge the invisible script society hands out like candy. You question traditions that no longer serve. You dismantle belief systems inherited by generations. You look at how it's always been done and say, but why? And not just for the sake of rebellion, but for truth. This gift makes you a threat to institutions, ideologies, and people who rely on blind compliance. You're not the loud protester. You're the quiet disruptor. The one who plants questions like seeds and walks away while they grow in others' minds. Your thoughts are original because you think alone. You don't need consensus to validate your clarity, and that's rare. That's why people either seek your perspective or resist it with everything they've got. You shine a light on the cracks in the system they're trying to survive inside. This mindset isn't just about skepticism, it's about higher sight. You see what others can't. You're not fooled by surface narratives. You read between lines, behind words, beneath symbols. That makes you a myth slayer, a system hacker, a truth architect. But here's the responsibility. Not everyone is ready for the walls you're built to shake. Some prefer the illusion. That's okay. Your job isn't to convert. Your job is to question out loud, so the ones who are ready can hear. Embrace your myth-breaking mind. It's not rebellion, it's revelation. 9. Shadow comfort. Most people run from darkness. You walk straight into it and sit down like it's home. Shadow comfort is the gift that terrifies others but defines you, Sigma lady. You're not scared of the unknown, you're fluent in it. Where others avoid uncomfortable truths, you seek them. You don't just tolerate solitude, you thrive in it. You've spent nights wrestling with your own thoughts, digging through trauma, turning pain into wisdom. That inner cave, you've mapped it. That's what makes you spiritually dangerous. You've made peace with the parts of yourself most people deny. Your strength doesn't come from pretending to be unbothered. It comes from confronting what bothered you and becoming immune to it. This is why people trust you with their darkness. They sense you've already walked the road they're scared of. You don't flinch at confessions, breakdowns, or raw emotion. You've lived there. You own that territory. But here's the twist. This gift also protects you. People can't weaponize shame or fear against you because you've already faced your own demons. Nothing anyone says can shake you when you've already sat at your lowest and gotten back up without applause. The world pushes people to be light all the time, but you understand that the real transformation happens in the shadows. That's where the masks fall off, where the healing begins. And you don't just survive that place, you guide others through it. You're not afraid of what's real, and that makes you unbreakable. 10. Code of One. You don't need a crowd to feel seen. You don't need applause to know your worth. The Code of One is the quiet conviction that your truth is enough, even if no one claps for it. Sigma females operate from internal authority. You write your own script. You define success on your own terms. That's why you move different. You're not trying to keep up. You're building a life you don't need to escape from. This gift makes you whole while others are chasing halves. You don't search for completion in people, titles, or numbers. You've got a strong spine and a clear inner compass. That's rare in a world obsessed with validation. You hold the line even when it's unpopular. You're not here to fit in. You're here to stand firm. And because of that, people either deeply respect you or deeply misunderstand you. But you're good either way. You live by a silent code: loyalty, integrity, stillness. You don't shout your values. You embody them. That's why you don't waste time proving yourself. You let time do the talking. You let presence speak louder than defense. The Code of One doesn't mean you don't love or connect. It means you don't depend. And that independence isn't a wall, it's a foundation. Anyone who joins your journey adds to it, not defines it. In a world of followers, you lead your own life. That's the gift. That's the power. 11th, Silent Summoner. You don't hustle for blessings, you draw them in. The Silent Summoner is the gift of aligned attraction. You're not out here begging for opportunities. You become the kind of person opportunities are magnetized to. This doesn't mean you're passive. It means you work in quiet, trust in alignment, and move in sync with your higher self. You don't chase, you signal, and those signals speak louder than any loud pitch. People wonder how you attract the right energy, relationships, and chances without announcing every move. It's simple. Your energy is tuned to clarity, not desperation. You send out a frequency of calm certainty, and that pulls in results. This gift also makes you unpredictable. You might go silent for weeks, then emerge with something powerful, refined, and unmistakably you. That's not inconsistency, it's incubation. You build in the shadows, then appear at the exact right moment. Sigma females know timing. You don't force what isn't ready. You don't beg for what isn't yours. You summon by becoming. That's spiritual strategy. People feel this. They're drawn to you, even when they don't understand why. You're not broadcasting. You're beaming, quietly and consistently. And in a world addicted to loud, that kind of quiet power is unforgettable. There it is, Sigma ladies. 11 spiritual gifts hidden in plain sight, coded into your soul, not taught by the world. These aren't trends, they're truths. Use them, protect them, own them. If this hit home, do what Sigma energy does best. Move with quiet intention. Subscribe to stay tapped into this frequency, and if you want to support more raw, ad-free energy like this, buy me a coffee. Links in the description and pinned comment. Until the next drop, stay wild, stay wise. This is the Sigma Lady, and I'll catch you in the next transmission.